In a bustling city where the hustle never sleeps, Sarah stood on the balcony of her high-rise apartment, gazing at the sprawling urban lights below. Her mind, a whirlpool of thoughts, reflected the chaotic beauty of the cityscape. She had always felt different, a square peg in a round hole, never quite fitting into the predetermined slots society offered. Tonight, her restlessness pushed her to confront a lingering question. Was she meant for something greater? Sarah's journey into self-awareness began on a chilly autumn evening. She picked up a book that had been lying on her coffee table for weeks, its title catching her eye once again. Do you have these 6 traits? You're meant to make the world better. The title resonated with her, a whisper of fate calling her name. As she flipped through the pages, the author challenged the reader to reflect deeply on their inherent traits, suggesting that possessing these could indicate a destined path to impact the world positively. Trait 1. Empathy. The first chapter of the book delved into empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. Sarah recalled countless moments when she felt the emotions of those around her as intensely as her own. Her natural tendency to empathize had often been a double-edged sword, bringing her both profound connections and deep sorrows. Yet the book argued that empathy was not merely a personal sensation but a powerful tool for change. Trait 2. Curiosity. Next was curiosity, the relentless drive to ask why and how, to never be satisfied with the superficial layers of knowledge. Sarah laughed softly as she remembered her endless barrage of questions as a child, her mind always ticking, hungry for understanding. This trait, the author suggested, was crucial for those destined to innovate and transform the world. Trait 3. Resilience. As the night deepened, Sarah read about resilience, the strength to bounce back from setbacks, to persevere through adversity. Her life had not been devoid of challenges, but it was her resilience that had always guided her through storms. People who are meant to make a significant impact need to withstand the inevitable trials they will face on their path, the book noted. Trait 4. Vision. Vision was discussed as seeing beyond the present, imagining a better future, and working tirelessly towards it. Sarah felt a spark as she read these lines. She had always dreamed of a world where equality and justice were not just ideals, but realities. The author emphasized that having a clear vision was essential for leaders who aim to make lasting changes. Trait 5. Integrity. Integrity followed, defined as the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. It was about doing the right thing, even when no one was watching. Sarah nodded in agreement, considering her own commitment to live authentically, aligned with her values and convictions. Trait 6. Compassion. Finally, compassion. The deep sympathy for the suffering of others, coupled with a desire to alleviate it. Sarah felt a deep resonance with this trait. Her whole life had been a testament to her compassion, from her volunteer work at local shelters to her career in social work. As the first rays of dawn began to slice through the night, Sarah closed the book, feeling a profound sense of clarity and purpose. She realized that she did indeed possess these traits. More importantly, she recognized that these were not just personal attributes, but calls to action. It was time to embrace her potential fully, to step into the role she was meant to play in the world. With renewed determination, Sarah decided to begin her day focused on planning her next steps. She was ready to make a difference, armed with the knowledge that her traits were not just part of her character, but markers of her destiny to better the world. As she set the book down, she felt more aligned with her purpose than ever before, eager to explore how far her newfound self-awareness could take her. Sarah woke up feeling energized by the revelations of the previous night. The morning sun spilled through her windows, bathing her small, cluttered apartment in a warm glow that seemed to echo her newfound determination. Today was not just another day, it was the first day of her journey towards making a meaningful difference in the world. She started by setting up a small workspace at her dining table, which doubled as her desk. Amidst a stack of notebooks, her laptop, and the inspiring book from last night, she began outlining her plan. The traits she identified with were her guideposts, but she needed a clearer strategy to channel her energies effectively. Crafting a mission first, Sarah focused on defining her mission. What exactly did she want to achieve? She knew she wanted to tackle social issues, but the scale and scope needed refining. As she scribbled down her thoughts, it became clear. She aimed to enhance educational opportunities for underprivileged children in her city. Education had transformed her life, and she believed it was the key to long-term societal change. Building knowledge. With her mission in mind, Sarah turned to research. She needed to understand the current landscape of educational inequality, identify the gaps, and explore successful interventions. Hours passed as she delved into reports, academic papers, and case studies. Her curiosity fueled her through the complex data and diverse educational theories. Networking for change knowledge alone wouldn't suffice. Sarah needed allies. She began reaching out to her network, old college friends, former colleagues, and even her mentors from her social work days. She organized a virtual meetup to discuss her mission and gather insights. The responses were overwhelmingly positive, offering not just advice, but also offers of help and collaboration. A test of resilience. Despite her initial enthusiasm, challenges soon arose. Funding was a major hurdle. Sarah's plans required capital, and she had to navigate the daunting world of grants and fundraising. Each rejection email tested her resilience, but she reminded herself of the importance of perseverance. She refined her proposals, learned from feedback, and gradually started seeing success with small grants. Vision into action. With some funding secured, Sarah launched a pilot project, a weekend tutoring program in a local community center. She leveraged her vision to build a curriculum that was not only educational, but also inspiring and accessible to children from various backgrounds. Her efforts were small-scale at first, but she was laying the foundation for something greater. Living with integrity. Throughout this process, Sarah held tightly to her integrity. She made transparent decisions, ensured her program was inclusive, and addressed any concerns head-on. Her ethical approach built trust with the community, volunteers, and donors, which was crucial for the sustainability of her project. Compassion as a driving force. Above all, Sarah's compassion was the heart of her endeavor. Each child she worked with reminded her of why she started this journey. Their smiles, their struggles, and their successes kept her motivated. She wasn't just teaching them. She was learning from them about resilience, hope, and the impact of compassion. As the second chapter of her journey drew to a close, Sarah reflected on her progress. She had transformed from a restless individual into a driven activist, using her traits to ignite change. There was a long road ahead, but she felt prepared and inspired. The world might be vast and her efforts small, but she knew every big change starts with a single, determined step. With her plans for the next phase brewing, Sarah was ready to continue her mission, driven by a clear vision and a compassionate heart. The difference she dreamed of making was slowly becoming a reality, one child, one lesson at a time. As the seasons changed, so did the scope of Sarah's educational initiative. What had started as a modest weekend tutoring program was evolving, spurred by her vision and the growing support from the community. Sarah's commitment to making a difference was becoming more tangible with each passing day. Expanding horizons, motivated by the success of her pilot project, Sarah decided it was time to expand. She wanted her program to reach more children and offer more comprehensive support. This meant not just academic tutoring, but also access to resources like books, technology, and extracurricular activities that could enrich the children's learning experiences. To achieve this, Sarah launched a crowdfunding campaign, sharing the stories and successes of the children who had benefited from her program. Her transparency and the palpable results resonated with a broader audience, and donations started pouring in. With these funds, she was able to secure a larger space in the community center and hire part-time educators. Building partnerships. Sarah knew that sustainable change couldn't be achieved in isolation. She began forming partnerships with local schools, other nonprofit organizations, and businesses interested in corporate social responsibility. These partnerships not only provided financial backing, but also opened up opportunities for mentorship programs and internships for the older students. One significant partnership was with a local tech company that donated computers and provided weekly coding workshops. This not only enhanced the children's technical skills, but also prepared them for future job opportunities, aligning perfectly with Sarah's vision of empowering children through education. Facing challenges. Despite her progress, Sarah faced numerous challenges. The increase in the program's scale brought logistical and administrative complexities. She had to manage schedules, oversee staff, and maintain the quality of the program, all while continuing her fundraising efforts. Moreover, some parents were initially hesitant to trust a new program with their children's education. Sarah had to work diligently to build trust, engaging with parents through regular meetings and transparent communication about the program's goals and impacts. A test of resilience and integrity. Sarah's resilience was tested yet again when an unexpected funding shortfall threatened to cut one of the program's key components. Instead of scaling back, Sarah used this challenge as a catalyst to innovate. She organized a local community event that showcased the students' projects and performances. The event not only raised the necessary funds, but also strengthened the community's engagement with and commitment to the program. Throughout these challenges, Sarah maintained her integrity, making decisions that aligned with her mission and ethical standards. This commitment to doing right by the children and the community solidified her reputation as a trustworthy and dedicated leader. Compassion in action. At the heart of all her efforts was Sarah's deep compassion for the children she served. She ensured that the program was adaptable to the individual needs of each child, offering personalized support that acknowledged their unique backgrounds and challenges. This compassionate approach helped students not only academically, but also emotionally and socially. Reflection and growth. As the third year of her initiative drew to a close, Sarah took time to reflect on her journey. She had learned that making a lasting impact required patience, adaptability, and an unwavering commitment to her core values. Each setback had taught her a valuable lesson, and every success had brought her closer to her dream of a better world. Looking forward, Sarah was planning the next phases of growth. She envisioned a community where every child had the opportunity to thrive, supported by a network of educators, mentors, and resources that extended far beyond her initial program. With each child's success story, she was reminded of the ripple effect of her efforts, fueling her determination to press on and continue expanding her impact. With several successful years behind her, Sarah's educational initiative had become a beacon of hope and a model of sustainable impact in her community. The program had grown beyond her initial vision, touching not only the lives of children, but also their families and the wider community. Sarah was now poised to take her impact to the next level, focusing on sustainability and long-term success. Strategic expansion. Sarah's first goal was to ensure the sustainability of the initiative. She knew that for the program to continue its success, it needed a robust foundation. This led her to formalize the structure of her organization, transitioning from a mostly volunteer-based initiative to a registered nonprofit with a dedicated staff. To achieve this, Sarah worked with local business leaders and nonprofit experts to create a strategic plan that outlined the future of the organization. This plan included detailed steps for scaling up operations, increasing funding streams, and enhancing program offerings. It also addressed potential risks and provided contingency plans to safeguard the program's future. Engaging the community, understanding that long-term success depended heavily on community support, Sarah intensified her efforts to engage local stakeholders. She organized regular community forums where residents could voice their needs and expectations. These forums not only increased the community's investment in the program, but also provided valuable insights that Sarah used to tailor the services offered. She also launched a mentorship program that connected students with community leaders, providing role models and career guidance. This program not only enriched the students' educational experience, but also strengthened community ties, and fostered a sense of collective responsibility toward the success of the youth. Fostering educational partnerships. To further the reach and effectiveness of her program, Sarah forged partnerships with local and national educational institutions. These partnerships allowed for resource sharing, collaborative research on educational strategies, and access to training programs for her staff. By aligning with academic institutions, Sarah ensured that her program remained at the cutting edge of educational development and was continually improved through professional insights. Technology and innovation. Recognizing the importance of technology in modern education, Sarah integrated more digital tools into her program. She launched an online learning platform that students could access from home, which was particularly useful for providing continuous learning opportunities outside the classroom. This digital expansion was supported by workshops for parents and students on how to use the technology effectively, ensuring that it was an empowering tool rather than a barrier. The online platform also allowed for the introduction of advanced subjects and skills, preparing students for high-tech careers in the future. Measuring impact and making adjustments. To maintain her program's effectiveness, Sarah implemented a comprehensive system for tracking and evaluating the impact of all activities. This data-driven approach helped her make informed decisions about where to allocate resources and how to adjust programs to better meet the needs of students. It also provided tangible evidence of success to share with donors, stakeholders, and the community, reinforcing the value of their investment. Reflections on leadership and legacy. As she reviewed the progress made and planned for the future, Sarah also began to think about her own role. She started training a leadership team to ensure that the organization could thrive even in her absence, reflecting her deep commitment to the initiative's sustainability. Her legacy, she hoped, would not be tied to her personal leadership, but to the enduring strength and adaptability of the program itself. Sarah's educational initiative had grown into a comprehensive, sustainable program that not only met immediate educational needs, but also equipped children for future challenges. Looking forward, she was excited about the potential for further growth and the continued opportunity to make a meaningful difference in the world, one child at a time. Her journey had taught her that with passion, resilience, and community support, it was possible to change the world from the ground up.